Welcome everyone. So as I said last time in the first part of this guide, which I hope helped you a little bit to get the first steps and get accustomed to the world of Kenshi, this time we're gonna try and both focus on earning some money and raising some of the most important stats like strength and athletics and laboring, and also we're gonna dabble a little bit with combat, and we have to be careful about this. I'm gonna show you some methods on how to raise your combat skills, how to get used to combat, what to watch out for. And as I said, you're not like Superman, you're not like a shiny hero in this game, and it's really easy to get yourself killed. So if you see a group of bandits, don't charge at them, because soon you will be missing some limbs. So I will show you how to get your first combat experience, first kill, how to farm some equipment and money, and yeah, we're also going to do that while in between farming some more ore and get our funds up. So join me, come along, let's be careful together, and thank you for tuning in. Alrighty, here is a simple example of getting some gear. I just was on the way out of town to the copper deposit to mine some more copper, and apparently there was an ambush by some bandits on the town, and the guards took care of them, so I can actually loot this bandit who was killed. And as you can see, I get a piece of armor which is automatically equipped if you don't have any yet. I pick up their loincloth and that iron club. And let's see, well, cutting damage 0.04, blunt damage 0.09, which is of course worse. And I will sell that later when I get back to town. So let's see, the other corpses are, oh, there's another one. And what is this? This is a guard. So let us head over here. So when you see bloodstains, pay attention because there may still be corpses around. And that's a good opportunity to pick up some extra loot. As you can see, it put both the weapons I just picked up into my weapon 1 slot because there's no space for them. However, you will still only use one of them. There's no dual wielding in this game. See, nothing to add. I don't have any more space. What I could do right now and what I should do is just head right back into town and sell the stuff I just looted. I could then go back, pick up the remaining pieces of armor. They're not that valuable, but it's a nice little source of income when you're on the way. And you know, of course, it's better if you get involved a little bit into the fighting when the guards fight those guys. But once again, you have to be careful about that. But this was nice. Just was on my way out of town to get some more ore, and ran along some corpses and figured, you know, why not see what they have on them. So keep your eyes peeled for bloodstains and some corpses. Also, I just looted this hungry bandit leader, and he dropped a horse chopper. And that's actually a pretty big weapon. You can see the stats are pretty good compared to my iron club. It also takes up more space here, so it will be put into this weapon slot. However, I don't think I will be able to loot it, to use it. I will tell you in a second why. And what's also very nice is that this guy has boots, so let us take them and equip them. So when you have these groups of bandits, there's usually a leader with them, and those have a chance to drop a better weapon or stuff like shoes. Now about the weapon, I looked up the weapon requirements back when I got into this, and it says that for weapons like this, the formula is that you take the blunt damage, which is 0.05, and you multiply it by 40. So in that case, that would be 2.0. And that is the strength required to wield the weapon. There are other weapons which require much more strength. Let us take a look at our stats again. We have only 1 strength right now. We'll boost that, we'll get that trained up. So you can see I'm already on the way. And for now, I cannot use that weapon. So I guess I will either keep it in that slot for a while and start using it later on, or I will sell it, because there's you can get better versions of this, or you can pick up more of them even after you sell it. But that is something to keep in mind. You will not be able to really use that weapon. What's nice about them though is, as you can see, it has a -4 attack bonus, but it also has a +4 defense bonus. And that's pretty good, especially early on, in my opinion. So keep an eye out for those. And if you see a dead bandit leader, always make sure to loot their corpse. Okay, time to take a little risk and show you another method of gaining some equipment or stuff that you can sell, and also getting some combat experience. Now, this is a method that you actually want to use. I just was on my way out of town to get some more ore, and I saw that there was a group of bandits coming in. You can see them over there. Click on them. So you can see down here, hungry bandit. And I don't know if they are passing by or if they're on the way to try and raid the town. But what we are going to do is we will try and get their attention, either by getting close to them or by attacking them unprovoked. And then once we have their attention, we're going to lure them, kite them back into town so that the guards can take care of them. I'm going to try and make a beeline for the bar, and the patrons in the bar will get up and fight them. And hopefully I will also get involved into those fights, so I can actually get some experience with the weapons I have, and you know, raise my stats a little bit more. So let's go for this. I'm gonna unpause the game and I'm gonna run towards them, see if I get their attention right away. Zoom out a little. And what we're gonna do now is attacking them unprovoked, and now they'll start following me. And this is why athletics is an important stat. There's only one guy following me right now. So we're gonna go into town, and he turned around. So we have to try and get his attention back. Let's see if we can also get the whole group. So what I do is I do a right click. I'm gonna keep my mouse on it and hold the right mouse button. Now let's see if we can just see an attack. I'm gonna keep an eye on my stat, and he already hit my left arm. See if I can get him into town. Nope, he's turning around every time. So let us try this again. Hold the right mouse on him and choose attack. And I'm gonna unblock. And as you can see, doing a bit of damage. I also want to pay attention to my stats. I'm actually attacking with the weapon that I'm not really wielding efficiently. Let's take a look at his stats. He's already gone down. So even though I wanted to pull the whole group to town, I actually managed to pull only one of them. But that's nice, because one guy you will be able to handle usually. Would have been even cooler to pull the whole group into town, to have the guards and the guys at the bar take care of. But since only this one guy decided to follow me, I was able to score my first kill. Nice, right? So let us take a look at the spoils. I could either heal this guy, you know, or let's just loot. Oh, he's got the same equipment the others did have. And let us take a look at our stats. We raised sabers by a skill point. Melee attack is at 3 now, which is pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Of course, we want to raise our stats much more before we try some more fighting. But if you're on your way to your ore deposit or back to town, you see a group of enemies, try and pull them into town and have the guards take care of them or the guys at the bar, and you can also get involved. So while the guys are fighting those bandits, get out your sword and attack yourself. Don't forget to switch off the block once you're involved in the fight, and then see what happens. Anyway, our first kill, something to celebrate, right? So let's go to the bar and sell that loot we just got. Here's another thing that you may run into if you see those damage numbers. There's some combat going on. So, because this is a dystopian desert scenario, cutthroat world, let us go and see what's happening. Oh, apparently it's a Garu, which is a herbivore, fighting against some hungry bandits. So let's see how this fight plays out. Probably was the group that we saw earlier. And one bandit is dead. I don't want to jump in right now, because that Garu is probably gonna die. There's 4 bandits left. Now this is like, doesn't seem very honorable to watch that combat from afar. But yeah, let's take a look at the bandits. This one is severely damaged. Yep. That thing actually managed to kill them all. So, because this is a cutthroat world, we will actually check out what we can find. So, here's a Garu. Let us attack that guard. That bandit. Uh-oh. Now we have 2. We can try to do this fight, but let us consider going the safe road. See, are they following us? Yes, recovered. So this is what I mean. Could try fighting. And let me point this out. If you fight and you happen to lose, unless they kill you, which is the thing about the settings, if you survive and they don't dismember you or anything, don't worry too much, because even when you get defeated, you will actually have to get some profits from that. Uh-oh, they've taken out my arm, and I'm bleeding. So, let us run back to town, see if they follow us. Yep, they are. Ooh, gonna get close. They're following us into town. Very good. So, let's head into the bar and see what happens. I'm gonna stand over here. Oh yeah, guards already are taking care of them outside of the bar. And we can loot. Pair of shoes, another weapon, pair of pants. Very convenient that it's that close to the bar. So, is this guy dead? Yes. No, it's not. He's not dead, but he's down. So, we could do something really cruel right now. My character's healing because I got the medic activated, the medic job. So I'm healing now. My left arm is a little damaged, but it will recover with some time. So, let's see what he has. We took away his weapon. What I'm gonna do is gonna sell the stuff I looted. Yeah. And then we'll go back and see what the other guy has. So sometimes you will manage to get the whole group pulled back into town, which is pretty nice. And then usually the guards and the guys in the bar will take them all out. So, and that's also convenient because you got the merchant right there, where you can sell the loot, so you can loot the bandits, sell the loot, loot the next one, and keep doing this. Of course, this doesn't make you feel like very strong or whatever. Using this method of, like, you know, playing chicken, luring people into town. But, you know, it's your first steps into a very dangerous world. And we will eventually get stronger and be able to fight back a bit better. But for now, you know, let's just earn some money, pick up some loot, and get involved in a little bit of fighting. And if the guards fight an enemy and you attack that enemy as well, it's a pretty safe method. I guarantee you, if early on you take on that whole group, they will kill you. So pulling them back into town and having the guards take care of them while you also slash away at some of those enemies, that's definitely the safer method. Alright, so that was that. Maybe I can find that group of corpses again. I think they're over here. And let's see if we can find anything else that we can loot. Also, those animal corpses, like that Garu over here, it will drop meat, which unfortunately, because we don't have the right kind of backpack, will not stack. But if you look at the value, sell value is 23, and look at the price of those furs, 240. So let us pick up as much of that as possible. And we've got another Garu right here, which has even more furs. So can we maybe... Yes, we can. It's actually pretty nice, selling all those furs. That will give us a big boost of money. And so I'm gonna head back, sell all that stuff. I actually just wanted to head out of town to mine some ore, raise my stats, but as it happens in Kenshi, I ran across some combat and figured, let's see what happens. And yeah, we're profiting from that. So keep out an eye for enemies. If you see some damage numbers floating around, there's some combat going on, so you may be able to pick up the spoils of war, so to say. And just be careful. Always keep in mind and keep track of where you are and where the next town is, so you can run in there. And until we're stronger and can kick some butt ourselves, we will use this method to get some combat experience and earn some money. Yeah. So as you can see, this group of bandits attacked me, aggroed me immediately. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run into town, and we're actually gonna go into the bar. And as you can see, let us slow down time. Those guys, those patrons in the bar, will attack the bandits, and we're gonna do the same. So hit the pause button to plan your next step. Let's attack this guy. Let's take a look at our stats. And we're actually fighting. It's not the fairest kind of fight. As you can see, I'm healing in between, which is a good idea. And there's one more guy left. Let's pause. And once again, to attack, you hover your mouse pointer over the target. You hold the right mouse button. Then this context menu pops up and you choose attack target, and then we can unpause. Nice. See if there are any more out there. Yes, there is. Maybe that by the point I get to him. But yeah, that's our first combat experiences. This is the kind of stuff you can do to raise some stats. And as you can see, those people are carrying the corpses away. So we now have to hurry up and loot them and then run into the bar and immediately sell your stuff. Let's see, where's the bartender? Oh, that's not him. Where is the guy? Zoom out a little bit. And it's, well, I'm not gonna hire anyone right now. Let's see, bartender ran away. Maybe he's on the roof, I don't know. Nope. So I'm gonna go and find the bartender and then start selling all the stuff that's on the floor, on those corpses. Pretty convenient because it's right in the bar, so it's pretty easy to just pick up the stuff, sell it right away, and then we can continue our little ore mining farming. That's a pretty cruel thing to do, but let me slow down time. One of the guys is still alive, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to attack him. And yeah, we killed him. I mean, once again, you're not being like the shiny hero of legend, doing all the good stuff. After all those bandits were taken out, this guy was still alive, so I figured, you know, let's train my weapon skill on a guy who's almost dead. I know, despicable. So these guys are carrying out all the corpses, throwing them out there, still waiting for the bartender to return so I can actually sell that stuff. There's a little trick that I'm doing, and I hope it works. I haven't actually tried this before. The bartender still is not back, and those corpses are still on the floor, and I don't want to lose all that loot. So the only thing I can think of right now, because we don't have a building in town yet, we don't own anything yet. As you may remember from the other video, there's that little place where we picked that chest, picked the lock, and I'm just gonna drop all the loot I can get in there, because those corpses will eventually disappear, including the loot. So let us try and salvage as much stuff as we can and get it into that chest, so that once we are able to find the bartender and actually sell stuff again, we have quite a bit of loot that we can sell there. So I'm just gonna drop it all into this chest. I hope I'm not making a mistake. I don't think that those items will disappear. We'll figure it out, and if they do appear, well, that's at least something I can share with you in terms of like, don't do that if it doesn't work. So let's check it out. And shortly thereafter, the bartender was back, so now we can start selling all the stuff. And once again, if you pull the bandits to that bar, it's really convenient that you can actually just step outside, go through those corpses, and sell what they have. Again, this is not much. So you see sell value of 49 coins. Let's go for this one. And it's still very convenient though. So do that. I actually did earn some more combat experience. And what is this selling for? 26, 12, 49. So that's less than 100 coins, but I mean, the stuff is laying right there on the street, ready for us to pick it up. So why not go ahead and sell it? And this was just after I dropped all the items in that chest in that other house. So let us head over there and see. And yeah, we can just pick up those items that we stored in there and head back to the bar and sell it. So you can already see in the upper right, there's already some more combat going on. So there's gonna be more loot. This, once again, is not exactly a lot of money that you're earning here, but every little bit counts, especially at the beginning. And also, if some of the bandits are still alive by the time you get there, you can get involved in a fight and slowly but surely earn more combat experience. Oh, I'm being ambushed here. So I have to make a choice. And since we don't have that much combat experience. Let's give him 300. Cool. Anyway, back to the little ore mining. Here's another thing you want to pay attention to, since I took some damage and healed myself, because I've got the medic command activated. You can also manually heal yourself by deactivating the medic command. And when you're hurt, if you hover the mouse over yourself, there will be a green cross. And if you do right click, you will heal yourself. So it's basically not automatic, it's manual, but I like to keep this activated. Sometimes in combat it can be a bit annoying, like you saw in that bar brawl that I had going on. Then in between fighting, I was healing myself. So you have to see, you know, if you take a lot of damage, maybe it is a good idea to heal yourself in between. Or maybe you want to click this off and heal manually when you feel like it's a good moment. However, pay attention to those little bars under your food and under your first aid kits. When you heal yourself, you kind of use up those first aid kits. They will heal some of the injuries, but you will use them up by doing so. So you want to make sure to have at least one first aid kit on you at all times. And this one already has been used a little bit. Same with the food cube. I've eaten a little bit already. So keep an eye on that so you don't go like on a big trip somewhere and figure out that halfway through you run out of food or first aid. And let me point out that it's really important to really take a close look at situations and consider whether it's worth getting involved or whether you want to stay away. For example, I was just mining a little bit to show you the next part of the guide. So I'm earning some money, raising my stats. And in the distance, I saw some damage numbers go up. So I saw there was a fight happening there. And I ran over there, and here's the situation. We have one escaped servant, Holy Nation Outlaws, which are the guys that will not attack you. They're kind of like patrolling the area, fighting bandits. So this is a guy that is on your side, kind of, or at least neutral. And we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bandits around him. And if you look at the stats of this escaped servant, down here, he's taken quite a bit of damage and he will probably not survive those attacks by those 5 guys. So it would be really not a good idea to get involved here, because once you start attacking one of those bandits, the others will aggro on you. And if this guy is dead and will not be able to help you anymore, you will be in a pretty stupid situation there. And same over here, there's another bandit fighting another servant, and he is on his way out himself. So I would really recommend to just go back to our little farming spot and keep mining that ore, because if we get involved here, we will probably get ourselves killed, or we'll have to run quite a bit back to town to get those guys killed by the guards. So if you see a situation like that, usually when you're in town in the hub and you see combat, there is a really good chance that the bandits will get killed by the guards and by all those guys at the bar. But if you're out in the wilds and you see combat, always approach carefully and see how many of the neutral or good guys are left, how many bandits are left, and decide whether you want to get involved. If the chances were reversed, where it's like, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 of those Holy Nation Outlaws, and like 2 or 3 bandits, maybe I would want to get involved and chip in. But here, I think it's much safer to remove myself from the situation, and so should you. Once again, we will get stronger, we will get better equipment, but here I think the best method would be a tactical retreat. And I just went back to that spot that I showed you earlier with that fight, and as you can see, the 2 outlaws Holy Nation outlaws were severely hurt by the bandits, what you can do is you can first aid them. Don't loot them, because as you can see, you have that red magnifying glass saying, you know, it would be criminal to loot them. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna try to help those guys, which uses up my my first aid kit, but it also raises my field medic stat eventually. See, it was 2 before I healed this guy, it's now 3. So, you know, it's that's a nice method to actually increase your stats a little bit. Here's the hungry bandit which we could loot, but since I'm mining right now, I'm not gonna pick up those pieces of equipment. I'm just gonna go back to mining and carry ore back instead of like those pieces of gear. And yeah, we just actually did something nice and healed that escaped servant. Let's look at his state. He's currently in a recovery coma. And he's healing up slowly, so eventually he will get up again. And there is another fight going on. So once again, take a look at what's going on there and then decide if you want to get involved or not. This is really important because it's easy to get overwhelmed, especially early on. And by the way, also, right very close to the copper deposit, there's another bar right there. So let me give you some orientation. We've got the hub up here. Right, we're right below the hub at the copper deposit I showed you before. And let's pick up the ore, at least some of it. And then you can just walk over to this bar right here. It's just out here in the wilds, not in the hub. And there's a bar. And you can actually sell your ore here, which is even more convenient. I focus on the bar in the hub so far because sometimes you can just, you know, if you get attacked by bandits, it's safer to run up back to the hub. But this also is very convenient, and it's also worth checking out the stock that this shop has in between to see whether there's something that you will need, like books. I'll get to that eventually. First aid kits, more food, and what I actually picked up is a ninja blade. I just bought that, you know, because I figured this might come in handy. It was about 1,700 coins, but since we already earned some money by selling all that gear, I figured, you know, why not pick up a better sword? So let's now go back to our little copper mining route and make sure that we earn enough money to actually get ourselves a little foundation, get a little place in the hub, and get that equipped. And then we can start working on our combat skills some more. So that's it. I'm gonna now go ahead and mine some ore like crazy, increasing my stats. As you can see, my strength is still at 2, but my from all that running around, my athletics are already at 15. As I said, we want to aim at something like 30 to make sure that we can run real fast in case we get in trouble. My laboring is already up to 16. So yeah, we're making some progress here. It takes some time. So what I will do is what I usually do when I farm like this. I'm gonna put on a nice podcast or video or audiobook or something, and just chill out here in the desert, mining some copper, selling it at the bar over there, and earning some money. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this will give you some useful advice on how to survive your first few days in the desert and get a little bit of money, a bit of gear, and also raise your combat skills. Just make sure you're careful about speeding up the time too much. Keep an eye on your surroundings. Once you see someone yell at you and run at you, leg it back to the hub. And yeah, so see you next time. Thank you for watching.